Hey everyone, Mark Movie Man here. Welcome to the final cut, and today we are looking at a film from a name who we haven't talked about for a while. We're looking at Flesh of the Unforgiven from writer and director Joe Hollow, giving us the story of the Russos. They're a couple who are a married couple having troubles just trying to reconcile something that Sienna Russo had done in the past. Jack Russo is trying real hard, but he needs time, and Sienna doesn't seem to really want to give him that much time and want to just move things along more swiftly. And we see how that causes friction between these two. It doesn't help that Sienna is also haunted by nightmares of the Death Dealer and his demonic legion who are terrorizing her in her nightmares, doing mean and nasty things. Jack Russo is feeling the extra tension because he's got a very strict deadline from his agent who may drop him if he doesn't have a treatment in 72 hours for a new book. He receives a VHS for inspiration for this book, and the VHS has a very dark and disturbing video on here that he becomes obsessed with. And we see how all of this comes and mashes together as the Russos struggle to stay and keep their head above water and reality. Yeah, this film was interesting in how it starts versus where it kind of goes, and then it goes on this roller coaster ride, which I really enjoyed, and it was unexpected. When the film starts out, we get some very shocking, disturbing visuals, namely with a video from Nurse Hatchet, who we've talked about before on here, blood-covered nudity, and just, yeah, it's a very extreme opening to this film, introducing us to the demons that follow the Death Dealer, and partly the Death Dealer himself. Then we move into this relationship character building section of the film, which surprised me, but I appreciated quite a bit, between Sienna Russo and Jack Russo. Now, Sienna is playing wonderfully by Debbie Rochon. She's really exercising them acting chops in here and showing her talent as this woman who is really has this weight of some mistake she did in the past that hurt her relationship with her husband Jack, who's played by Joe Hollow, and we see her really trying to make up for that, and Jack just struggling to reconcile with things, plus having that pressure from his agent. You can feel that with Joe Hollow's performance, and these two play off each other very well. And what's interesting is, as much as you can feel this friction and this almost not hate but just despair between them, there is a bit of an underlying level of love still there, and all of that comes through their performances in here, and we get that section in here so you can connect to the characters and it builds on them. And I'll just say, it was surprising for the type of film, a lot of the visuals and such that we get here. Now, Joe Hollow also plays the Death Dealer, who I loved his design, a very foreboding and creepy character. They have him speaking in a different language, which adds another layer of creepiness to him. And overall, some of the things he does is just disturbing, and what he asks people to do is also disturbing. So yeah, Joe Hollow accomplishing creating a very interesting character in our form of Death Dealer. Now, Adriana Ushiba is playing Lavinia. She's like a Harley Quinn from hell. She is a delightfully fun to watch, even though she is definitely evil at her core. She's having fun in this role and very disturbing, and I just loved every minute she was on screen. And August Kiss showing up as Vivian, and I loved this character as well. While she isn't in the movie a lot, when she does appear, we do get an interesting performance, a very strong performance from her. And yeah, all of this talent is in front of the camera with some wild and disturbing visuals, some very grotesque and visceral looking practical effects in here. Not too much CGI, if I noticed at all. If there was some in there, I didn't really notice, but man, it is a disturbing, dark story that takes a couple twists and turns and ends with something that will make you think a little bit, going, where is this gonna go from here, and what will happen, and will we see the Death Dealer again? So yeah, Flesh of the Unforgiven, Joe Hollow delivering a very interesting dark film that, if you're interested in Joe's other work as well as the work of anyone I mentioned here, it is definitely worth a watch. While it doesn't have a huge production value, Joe makes the most of everything that he uses in here to create a disturbing dark film that is kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street meets Hellraiser. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate everyone checking out our little sliver of the internet. Please, if you haven't, check out our Patreon, as well as subscribe, like, bells and whistles, and all that here. Got a lot of more great stuff coming up here in August that you don't want to miss, including our 500th episode, which will be happening on Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time-ish. So you'll want to tune in live right here on the YouTube channel for that. I thank you for your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.